could see my setup right now. Like on a scale of 1 to Pinterest DIY office mixed with a little bit of Tumblr, that's what it looks like right now. I'm literally sitting on the floor. There's a suitcase in front of me. There's a mirror on the suitcase, a microphone on the suitcase, and my tripod on the suitcase. There's a Mac on the floor by itself. But thank you so much. Also, yeah, I know, like, we'll get to it. But thank you so much for being patient. I know I've been the biggest piece of shit, but I've also been moving countries again. So I feel like there's like a good excuse in there somewhere. Anyways, I'm gonna jump right into the tutorial and get this shit covered. This is just a result of me being me. Like when I get a tiny little pimple, I will just basically do everything to it except maybe scrape it off with a knife. Everything else. But I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with my skincare. I'm just gonna apply some moisturizer. This one is the Ren Glow Daily Vitamin C Gel Cream. I think it's really good because whenever I apply a vitamin C serum and then follow it with a moisturizer, it always rolls up. This is actually unbelievable. Like, I'm gonna put on literally like 2 drops. It's just a rose oil. I feel like I'm really dry. Just apply it just a little bit. I don't really like the whole oil use in makeup vibe. Like, you know how people drip so much oil on their face and then they like buff in their foundation? I'm not really into that. I feel like it's just a swamp. So I like to only do this in very rare dry cases. And for my eye cream, I'm using my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright. It's so good. I don't even know if it does shit, but it smells so nice. It feels so nice. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm gonna apply some lip balm as well. This is the Jouer Overnight Mask, but I don't really care. I just use it as lip balm. The word overnight doesn't mean anything to me. All right, the exciting part. So I'm gonna be using this new Confidence in Foundation by IT Cosmetics. It's meant to be like the most full coverage thing in the world. So we'll see if it can cover that thing. I'm gonna start with a little bit just because I don't really trust full coverage foundations. Let me zoom you in a bit. I don't really trust them because they can get really mask-like very, very, very fast. So I'm using the lightest hand and just putting the thinnest layer that I can to start off. And then I'm gonna do a few more coats over what needs to be covered more. I think that's really like the trick with full coverage foundation is you just really gotta build it up. Like you gotta sit there and apply thin layer after thin layer. And you also don't need coverage everywhere. Like it's really quite rare when people need full coverage at every single part of their face. Like usually you're just trying to cover like some redness or some pimples, some discoloration, whatever. And that's only in spots. So I'm just gonna buff it in spots now. And just keep going. So far so good. This has been 2 very, very thin layers. Like honestly, there's almost nothing on my face. And 2 coats in, and it's pretty full coverage, yeah. So I'll do 1 more coat, and if I still need coverage, then I'll go in with a little bit of concealer. Very buildable, like you can literally do this for hours. Maybe not hours, it's kind of a waste of time. And it's managing to cover this weird shit on my chin, so I'm just actually gonna take a small concealer brush and attempt to just conceal with the same foundation. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's like one of those. Okay, this spot it's covering quite well, but the red one, hey, it's doing alright. It's definitely not a good foundation to try to cover under eyes with. It's just not the right, you know, you gotta add concealer to that. Other than that, like if my skin just had discoloration and no texture, it would cover everything really well. I'm gonna go in with some Shape Tape because it's just how it goes. All right, much better. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Nude Sticks Nudies, and this one's in the shade Brown Sugar Baby. I'm just gonna use it like where I would apply shimmery golden bronzer, so not in my cheekbones. It's like all over my forehead, a little bit on my neck, like a little bit on my cheeks, but not my cheekbones. It's not like a contouring thing that I would do because it's very like sunshiny, warm, golden, and not contoury. I like to apply it like right there when I'm gonna bronze, just because that's where the sun would hit. I just want to glow and not like a chisel, you know? It's nice because it's also kind of wet looking, so it adds a bronze and a little bit of a glow. Literally just right here for the nose bronze. You know how when you, in the summer, if you have freckles, that's the first place they go. Everyone else can't seem to just make a good translucent powder. I don't know what it is. It must be like the hardest makeup item to make because nobody ever gets it right, except Too Faced. And except the MAC Patrick Star one. I was gonna set all the crazy stuff like that. I'm gonna take my Cheerleader Bronze Squad from Benefit, and it's like one of their palettes that just has like everything in one palette that they carry. So I'm gonna take the shade called Hula Caramel, which again is very bronzy and not like a realistic contour, and add more warmth to the other highlighter. Take that shit up. You know, it just adds like a little more pigment that a cream stick can't really replicate. I'm also gonna put some cookie highlighter, but literally the smallest bit. This is like full summer mode makeup. I'm not even sorry about it. All right, some brows. I don't really know what vibe I'm feeling with the brow, but I really want to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. So I'll do that, see where that takes us. If you don't own this yet, just beware of how dark and pigmented it is. It has to be like the world's slowest buildup in the world. And I just kind of like to use the spoolie part because it dips into the product and it just starts drawing like 4 lines. So I just kind of do it in the direction of the hair. And you always want to start in the middle and then go to the tail and then go to the front just because it's so dark. Tough to get a hang of. I literally stop breathing when I do this because I'm so scared that I'm gonna smudge this, and this is so hard to take off after it's on your skin. But if you let it dry for a bit, you can scrape it off. It becomes a little bit more powdery, so I'll just go in after a few seconds. This one's in the shade Ash Brown. I might fill a few little spare areas and just keep brushing it out until you're happy with how light or dark it is. I'll probably just leave it at that. I really wanted to use my Naked Reloaded palette for this. It's very Urban Decay Naked palette. That's all I gotta say. And I'm gonna take the shade called Bucked first, and it's exactly what you would expect me to use. It's a very light beige. And I'm gonna just start building it into the crease. Next, I'm going to take Endgame, which is just the darkest brown in the palette. I'm going to start kind of like creating a little halo thing. Actually, I'll probably stop right here instead of doing like a halo. I'm going to take the shade that I've been so excited to use. MAC Dazzle Shadow in the shade Everyday Sunshine. It's so nice. Just gonna go right in and just kind of keep coming back to it every time it dries and like next I'm gonna take the shade Barely Baked. I'm just gonna smudge it into the lower lash. It's like a golden shadow. And then I'm gonna take some Boundaries and kind of just smudge the gold one into the upper part. And then last, I'm gonna take Endgame and connect it in like the very outer corner. If you do it from light to dark instead of doing dark to light, then you can literally use the same brush for all 3 colors. basically it. I'm gonna do some mascara obviously, and yeah, that's it for the eyeballs. I'm gonna take this new eyelash primer that I got. It's by Lash Food, and I'm just gonna test it out. Really hope it's not one of those like fibery lash primers, because those always get in my eyes and then it's a mess. And then I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then go in with my literally only mascara that I brought. One mascara that I don't even really care for that much. I don't know why I picked this one. It's the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. It's just a bit wet sometimes and clumps up. Especially paired with an eyelash primer, I really don't know what I'm going for here. But it's giving them a really nice lift. If you want your lashes to look like fake lashes, then you use this mascara and this primer together. Plastic looking look, which I guess is a vibe. If that's not your vibe, then maybe don't. A little bit on my bottom. I've poked myself with this mascara's brush in the eye so many times. It really be like that sometime. I think that's probably it for the eye. Is it? I'm gonna take Mull It Over, and this is the MAC Powder Kiss, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it out. I guess that's it for the look. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry for my absence, but hopefully this video is long enough for you to forgive me, and I will be making more. I promise. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being patient. I'm always active on Instagram if you like miss me. I mean, I'm there. I'm always there. But I'm gonna be more active now that I've moved. I'm not moving anywhere for a really long time. I can't do it anymore. So I'll be making a lot of stuff. But that is it for the video, and I hope you guys liked it, and I love you so much. You're so patient. That's it for me, and I love you.